Hello gamers, my name is Gamer and welcome back. It is day 10 of the spoiler season and everything has now been spoiled. You can go check out the link in the description to go check out the card gallery, but there's no specific spoilers today. I'm just going to go through some of the more interesting commons and uncommons that you're more likely to see in drafts. Because there have been no more rares. Well, I think one more rare has been spoiled, but I'll get to that one right at the end. So, yeah, just going to go through some of the commons and uncommons you'll see in draft. We'll start it off with the one colourless card I'm going to talk about, the Warden of Geometries. It is 4 generic mana for a 2/3 Eldrazi drone with Vigilance that taps to add colourless to your mana pool. The main reason I want to talk about this is because I want to call it Square Shepherd or Sphere Shepherd. I'm not sure which yet. Either way, it's still a 2/3 with Vigilance that can tap for mana, so he's a little bit of colourless acceleration. He'll pay for your colourless costs. He's not bad. He's not bad. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about him for, because he's got a funny name. We're going to head on to the white cards that I want to talk about for today, starting with Dazzling Reflection. 1 and a white for an instant. You gain life equal to target creature's power. The next time that creature would deal damage this turn, prevent that damage. So this seems like a pretty interesting one-off combat trick. You probably don't want to use it against like a white weenies deck, or any sort of like small creatures deck, but if they have something like an 8/9 Trampler, then this card is basically perfect. They swing in with the 8/9, Dazzling Reflection, I gain 8 life and prevent the damage that creature would do. So that seems fine. Basically you want to use this on as big of a creature as possible that is attacking or blocking, I guess. Quick note, I don't think there's much with double strike in limited, if anything, but this would only prevent the first strike damage, I believe. So keep that in mind. Next up in white we have Isolation Zone. 2 white for an enchantment. When Isolation Zone enters the battlefield, exile target creature or enchantment an opponent controls until Isolation Zone leaves the battlefield. So yeah, it's basically just this set's version of an Oblivion ring, but it has Aura Enchantment tacked onto it. So yeah, that's fine. It's a good bit of white removal. If they have enchantment removal, they'll get their stuff back, but there's not really that much. There is a bit, but not too much. Reclaiming Vines, I think, will do it, but that's in green. Not going to find much out of green or white. Outside of green or white, I should say. But yeah, not bad, not bad. Next up, we have McKinney Arnaut. 1 and a white for a 1/3 core scout ally with flying. Not much to say about this guy. He's just a flying blocker that has a good amount of toughness to block a lot of stuff in the air. He won't take out all that much, but he can stop a good amount of things flat. So they have a Sky Spawner there. That's a 2/1 with flying. You've got a 1/3. They're less likely to attack. They both cost 2 mana. He could be interesting, is what I'm saying. Yeah, that's all we got for white. So, moving on to blue, we have the Thought Harvester, which is 3 into blue for a 2/4 Eldrazi drone with flying. And whenever you cast a colourless spell, target opponent exiles the top card of his or her library. I like this guy. This guy is fine. He'll fit well into the already good blue-black Devoid decks, or blue-red Devoid decks, I guess. Blue-black probably has the better processing, but yeah, blue-red can do some work. There's not really that much, but yeah, blue-black, blue-green, either would work, I reckon. Blue-black splashing green is probably your best bet for getting the most value off of ingest and ingest-like things such as this. But next up we have a counterspell in the form of Void Shatter. I'm not going to edit this one so you can see just how many mistakes I make with these. Void Shatter, 1 blue for an instant, counter target spell. If that spell is countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. It's cancel plus. It's fine. It's actually pretty good, if I'm being honest. It's a counter spell that exiles a thing instead, so this is not really in draft, but in modern, if they have flashback spells, you counter it, it gets exiled instead of going to the graveyard, they don't even get the extra value from flashback. So yeah, same with anything that has dies triggers or enters the graveyard from anywhere triggers. Yeah, he's good. I like him. Final blue card for today is Unity of Purpose. 3 and a blue for an instant. Support 2, that's putting a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. And untap each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it. So we've had a card similar to this in Fate Reforged, I believe, called Warflare, which had each creature you control gets +2/+1 until end of turn, untap those creatures, and that card was a hella blowout. This card, probably not so much, but I can definitely see it doing some interesting things in Standard. Not Standard, in Limited. Ugh, so many mistakes being made. But yeah, not bad, not bad. I do like the flavor text on this one as well. Faced with the novel problem of inspiring an army, Jace asked himself, what would Gideon say? Yeah, I just like that one. It's good. Yeah, I can definitely see that happening. So if you see someone going probably blue-white support or blue-green, could be a good one, then watch out for this card, because you could get blown out rather easily. We're going to move on to the black cards that I have today, and I've got quite a few this time, so we'll start with Oblivion Strike. 3 and a black sorcery, exile target creature with devour. That is removal. That is what you want with removal. That's just fine. That's just fine. What was it? Grip of Desolation from Battle for Zendikar was 4 black, exile target creature and target land. That was instant speed though, so take what you can get. But yeah, 4 mana to just get rid of a creature. That's fine. I like that card. It's good removal. If you see this card, and it's common, so you will, and you're in black, make sure to pick up 1 or 2 of them. Yeah. Next up though, we have Visions of Brutality. 1 and a black for an enchantment aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature can't block. Whenever enchanted creature deals damage, its controller loses that much life. That is nice. That is I do like that. So, not only will this get rid of a blocker, if they decide to attack with it, they're not going to have a fun time. And the thing is, this isn't deals combat damage, this is deals damage. And it's not even damage to a player. So you can put this on something like a nettle drone, and whenever they ping that, they're also going to lose life. This gets even better in multiplayer if you're putting it on a pinger, such as a 2-headed giant game. If they ping a nettle drone, it hits both of you for 1, but then they lose 2 because it's dealing 2 damage. Which, yeah, very interesting card. I like it. Yeah. Moving on, we have a couple more black cards to get through with Grasp of Darkness. Black for an instant. Target creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn. This is nice. This is a very nice card. It is 2 mana, which will kill quite a lot of creatures in this limited format. Not so much the big Eldrazi, but some of your more utility Eldrazi, such as your Kozilek's Channeler, gets rid of that for 2 mana, which is nice. You got some of the big allies as well, get rid of most of the allies actually. Yeah, this is good. I like this card. And next up, and the last card for black, is Vampire Envoy. 2 and a black for a 1/4 Vampire Cleric ally with flying. Whenever Vampire Envoy becomes tapped, you gain 1 life. Now, this is pretty good. It's sort of a 1/4 with lifelink and flying for 3, and that's fine. But it's whenever it becomes tapped. So you can use this along with a bunch of the cohort cards. So when you do the cohort tap another untapped ally you control, if you tap this guy down, not only are you getting your cohort effect, but you're also gaining 1 life from the vampire envoy. So that's definitely something interesting for this guy. Yeah, he's good. He's gonna do well, I think. Because yeah, he's 3 mana for 1/4 with flying. He can block pretty well. He has incidental life gain, which is always nice. If you've got the what is it? It's the 2 black vampire 3/3. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. If you pick up one of them, then you keep attacking with this guy. The other guy keeps getting stronger. It's a pretty good time. Yeah, that's all we got for black. Moving on to red, only got a couple of red cards to talk about today, and they're both burn spells, because that's how red do. We'll start it off with Consuming Sinkhole. 3 and a red for an instant with devour. Choose one of the 2. Exile target land creature, or Consuming Sinkhole deals 4 damage to target player. So, this is nice. It's not often that red gets a chance to straight up just get rid of this creature, no matter how big it is. So if they've put all of their counters on one creature, they've got things making it base 3/3, so they've got the embodiment of blank out, and they've got landfall. They've awakened that land, so it's like a 7/7 that's got vigilance and trample and all that sort of stuff. You can Consuming Sinkhole that, boom, it's gone. Forever. Exiled. They don't even have a chance to get it back. Unless you're processing, but yeah, not much that can get lands back into the hand. But it also has Consuming Sinkhole, 4 damage to target player. That's not bad, it's not that good either. It's 1 less than a Lava Rex, and it does 1 less. But it is instant, so that's nice. Good thing to know is damage to players can be redirected to planeswalkers if that ever becomes necessary, so not bad, not bad. Probably not going to see much play, but it's more of a sideboard card. But this one is not a sideboard card. Devour in Flames. 2 and a red for a sorcery. As an additional cost to cast Devour in Flames, return a land you control to its owner's hand. Devour in Flames deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. This is a removal spell. It's not quite roast, but it does allow you to target planeswalkers. Ob Nixilis had prepared for every eventuality except Chandra Naloha. So yeah, Ob Nixilis is going to have a bad time, I feel. Now, here's something that I want to check. What's Ob Nixilis Reignited? What does he enter as? What can you enter as for that? So, Ob Nixilis Reignited, he enters as a 5 loyalty planeswalker. So if you use his +1, then he will survive a Devour in Flames, but anything else, he's just gonna go down to 1, basically, if you cast a Devour in Flames afterwards. So yeah, I feel like there's probably a story element that ties into that, like he'll survive just barely, but he'll have to planeswalk away or something like that. That's something to be seen in future Uncharted Realms. Uncharted Realms? I think so, yeah. In future Magic the Gathering official fiction. Yeah, I like that card. It's nice. Moving on to our green cards, though. We've got 3 cards to look at here, starting with the Netcaster Spider, which is 2 and a green for a 2/3 with reach. Whenever Netcaster Spider blocks a creature with flying, Netcaster Spider gets +2/+0 until end of turn. I like this card because it's nice to have green finally having a good reach creature in this format. All we had before, I believe, was the 2/4 for 4 with reach. So 2/4, 3 and a green for a 2/4 with reach. I think it was a beast, and that's all it had. But this is a 2 and a green for a 2/3 with reach, and it can be a 4/3 with reach if it blocks a flyer. So this will get rid of a bunch of the big flyers in the set. So you've got your white Landfall Angel, the Emeria Shepherd, I believe. This will get rid of that. I don't think it stops the blue landfall, the Guardians of Tazim. Plus, they'd probably just tap down the Netcaster Spider. But yeah, he's not bad. I like him. But moving on with probably the most interesting green card of what I'm looking at today. Nissa's Judgment. 4 and a green for a sorcery with support 2. Which is put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Choose up to 1 target creature an opponent controls. Each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it deals damage equal to its power to that creature. This is nice. I do like this card. So, this is basically just green removal. As is the case with most green removal, you're going to need to have some creatures. But that's not exactly difficult for green to do, now is it? And if you've got a bunch of the Eldrazi Scions out, you support 2, and it's just them dealing damage to the creature, not the creature then being able to deal damage back to them. It's not quite a... what was his name? The Hydra from Theros, Polychronos, however you say that. Yeah, it's not bad. It's green removal. Don't see that very often. Pretty much unconditional removal as well. Well, you do need creatures with +1/+1 counters on them, but with support, that's not going to be too difficult. Final green card, Vines of the Recluse. Single green mana for an instant, target creature gets +1/+2 and gains reach until end of turn, untap it. I just like it. It's a nice card. The card that this is, I'm assuming that the card that this is referencing is Deadly Recluse, given that that is a 1/2 spider with reach and death touch, but this is just Vines of the Recluse. It's not a Deadly Recluse, it's just a Recluse. So yeah, that's not bad. Just 2 more things to go through today. We've got a couple of artifacts that I was pretty interested in. Starting off with the chitinous cloak. I believe that's how you say that, chitin? 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 I don't know. How do you say chitin? Chitin? Yeah. Chitinous cloak. It is 3 generic mana for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has menace. And its equip cost is 3. So 6 mana to give a creature +2/+2 and menace. It's not terrible. But there are a couple of good artifact, like things that care about artifacts, so yeah. It's not bad. Gives it +2/+2 and a bit of evasion, so that's nice. Final card I want to talk about today. I didn't forget about it. It is the rare that we have not spoiled yet. Captain's Claws. 2 generic mana for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+0. Whenever equipped creature attacks, put a 1/1 white core ally creature token onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. And its equip cost is 1. Yeah. Oh my god, there's a lot of talking. Anyway, yeah, I like it. It's 2 mana. It's only +1/+0, but it does get you creatures when you attack with it. So that's nice. Probably going to put this on one of your bigger creatures, so it just makes it slightly more difficult to block. Yeah, and it's cheap to cast, cheap to equip. You can get it out fairly quickly. If you've got a turn 2 drop, you can get this out on turn 3, equip it, have an additional core ally. And you've got a bunch of your rally effects triggering whenever you attack, so that's nice. So say you've got the indestructible guy out a couple turns later, you can just start attacking with everything. You don't even care about you don't even care about bulkers. You've got an indestructible creature every turn. So yeah, that's nice. I think that's all I've got for today. That is all I've got for today, and that's all we've got for this spoiler season. So, wish you all the best of luck in your Oath of the Gatewatch spoiler seasons, Oath of the Gatewatch pre-releases, game days, what have you. Have fun with Oath of the Gatewatch, and I'll see you, I guess, next spoiler season, which will be Shadows over Innistrad. Maybe we'll see Emrakul, who knows. But yeah, that's it for me, and I will see you next time.